This evening we start a new series, The Best and the Bravest, looking at the stories from those on the front line daily in the fight against the coronavirus disease. We're talking about persons who some would not readily recognize, but persons we want to say a big thank you to for the role they have been playing since the pandemic reached Jamaica in March. This evening we look at those who help us get our food, grocery workers who are among the best and the bravest, the unsung heroes.
The best and the bravest.
When fears of a pandemic swept through the island, people started gearing up for a possible lockdown. Supermarkets and grocery stores played a crucial role. Panic buying started, sanitizers and cleaning supplies depleted, a run on canned food, rice, flour and bread.
Yeah, so I'm going, bread done, rice, flour, all of them there. 2 bread left back, and I take up the 2 and I say, Lord God, me have to put it back and I feel away.
Most supermarkets enforced physical distancing and limited the number of persons who could enter at a time. The result, long lines and hours. Grocery workers were bearing the brunt of anxious and frustrated customers, but they too were scared.
I was nervous, I was confused, not knowing what this virus was all about.
Some days it's pretty scary, especially now when you have more people coming from overseas. And every day here the case is going up.
It was very scary, worse. I'm on the front line and my mom is very sickly, and I was worried about me being on the front line and taking anything home back to them.
And while everyone depended on them to be there, one cashier at Select Groceries in St. Andrew said she didn't want to show up.
Because you're here in social distancing, and you know, have to travel and public transportation and stuff like that. You know, those areas are normally crowded too, because you're sitting beside each person, sometimes 4 or 5 persons beside each other, so you didn't want to face all of that.
Although mask wearing is mandatory, managers recount when unruly customers threatened their safety.
Explained to him that he couldn't shop without the mask. He boarded past the security and came and started picking up his goods, and eventually the police came and got him.
Persons, they don't even want to come in and put on their mask. If they put it on at the door and they come in, when they reach, as they come through the door, they will take it off.
For Carol, her family was concerned about her job.
A sister that I have overseas, she would say, Carl, so why don't stay home? Why don't stay home? Because you don't hear about all things that is going on and stuff like that. And I said, well, we are necessary employees, like with the supermarkets and pharmacy and stuff like that. So I didn't have a choice but to come out then and do my job.
Limiting exposure at home also became a priority.
Because your shoes, the clothes, your working clothes, you sanitize as well before you go in, because I mean, you're coming off the road, there are persons at home, you don't know what you pick up off the road, so you have to make sure you sanitize yourself before going in, that you don't pass on if anything there is there.
When I get home, I make sure sanitize before I go into the house, sanitize my hand. Then go in, take off my clothes, go straight to the bathroom and then come back fresh.
COVID-19 is not over yet, and they remain vulnerable, but keep going. These are some of our best and bravest workers, but do they recognize themselves?
I think so. I would say brave. I'm not sure about the best.
For the best and the bravest, I am Dashan Hendricks.
The best and the bravest.